Good morning, 6:30 a.m., Friday, December 11th, Eagle World Headquarters. And we are signing on today for our first edition of Story Time. So here's what I got to thinking. Since I've been teaching you guys, that I've said from time to time that I try to remember how I was when I was your age. And I try to remember what I would think would be cool, right? So it's been now a challenge for me to try to think of how you're acting here at home. I don't know how much you get out. I don't know, what you miss, what you don't miss, what you think would be fun or not. But I did proactively choose each of these things that are behind me. Every single item has a story behind it. All of these things here, everything back here has a story behind it. And a few of you have said, and also some people that have left have said, that they learned as much through those stories as anything else. Carrie Weniger said that in her interview. You might remember that. So I got to thinking, what is the point of these things laying behind me if they're just dead items? So I want to bring them to life. So that's what Storytime is going to be about. And our first story is going to be about that hat way up at the top of that bookshelf up there. Let me get it. So this hat was a gift from the great Matt Thomas. You guys met Matt Thomas in the Matt Thomas interview, okay? But what you'll notice about this hat is one of the sides is propped up. It has a little hook here, actually. There's a little thing, a little hook device here that makes it stick up there. I wish I wouldn't have done that. Well, I'll put that hook back up there later. But anyway, this hat is distinctive of the Australian military. And Matt was on training in Australia and saw one of these hats. Now, we had a feature at our soccer camp called Hat Day, where unique hats were brought in and people would talk about them. And when Matt saw this hat, he said, I got to get one of those for Hat Day at camp. On the front is a pretty cool badge. You can see it says the Australian Army right there, and all around. So Matt came back from his training in Australia, brought this hat back, and said, Coach, I got one more item for you to talk to the kids about at Hat Day. So that's what this is. But this reminds me that Matt is out there right now still protecting our freedoms and fighting for us. Matt's hat is right up there. This right here, this is a picture. I don't really want to take it down. So what I'll do is, sorry guys, I'll bring you up to it. How about that? That's a picture of the PE team on the day that that new wall was painted. Okay, you see the Eagle Man pointing to the Eagle Man cape. If you can see it, I hope you can. The cape has a scale on it. Do you remember when we told you about the Eagle Man and his superpower was the writing of scales and that he wrote the best scales ever? Well, there he is, the Eagle Man and his scales with the rest of the PE team supporting him. Okay, I just wanted you to understand what that was. I did a whole series on this, the John Wooden Pyramid of Success. This I've talked to you about before. One of the most favorite things I've gotten in my teaching career, and it is a trophy from June 2010. You can see it there. That in particular, one particular fifth grader, but it was a gift from fifth grade on the way out, and they said, "You guys deserve a trophy. You did a great job teaching us," and so we made one for you. I love it. This, I will talk about this and then I'll wind up. And you'll have to tune in again later. to see some of the rest of them. Okay, so give you the long view here first. Okay, so those are the seniors on a soccer team that I coached. That picture is taken in 1997. Okay, there's me up at the top, a younger version of me, so that's me 23 years ago. It says, what does it say? Thanks, Coach Hart, Boys High School State Soccer Champions. And soccer is spelled SoCCCer, because the school that I taught at or coached at was called Clearwater Central Catholic, also known as CCC. That's a picture of the younger me pointing things out. And notice that I'm a little skinnier there. And these are my boys right there. One of them, oh no, never mind. Yeah, one of them was instrumental in supporting our Focus on Achievement Night a couple of years ago. I'll point him out to you. He is this guy right here. That's him. Yep. His name is Joey Faw. And these guys were some of the best players that I've ever coached, but there's a great story behind them. Okay, so they're seniors here. They're state champions. They had won the state championship the year before as well, all of these kids. However, when they were freshmen, and their freshman year, they came onto the team. And the seniors that year were really good players, but their attitudes, some of the attitudes were poor. Some of them were good, some of them were poor. And you guys know how I feel about poor attitudes. You know how I react to that. It's not well. And so, to make a long story short, we ended up letting some of those kids go off the team, the older kids, but then we had to promote these younger kids to the team, the varsity team, when they were freshmen. And our high school soccer program at CCC had done really well for many years, and we were always one of the better teams. Well, when all of these freshmen came onto the team, our opponents, most of which that we'd beaten each year, when we came in with all these young kids, they took their revenge on us. And so these kids here, for their freshman year and for their sophomore year, each year, they only won 4 games each year. And it put a great strain on the team. But they had character. I believed in them. I could see that they were good, and I could see that they were going to be really powerful players once they became a little older and a little better. And but we had to go through that difficult period of for 2 years, winning only 4 games each year. Now, to put that in context, the previous, I'll say 6 years before they came on the team, we had won something like 150 games. And then suddenly, 4 games. But then their junior year, they won the state championship in an amazing game, miraculous game, in which we beat Jesuit High School, the team that had beaten us 2 times during the regular season, but we beat them in the state championship game. And then their senior year, those guys right there, they came through and dominated. We only lost 1 game that year. 1 second. And all of these people are successful adults right now, doing amazing things in various lines of work. Many of them are quite wealthy because they've gotten into things like real estate and law, that these are the kind of people that whatever they get into, they're going to do well, and that they're special. So this is a special plaque, or a special gift that they gave to me. And that picture was taken at the state championship game right after we'd gotten awarded the trophy. So they watch over us each day from right there. That's them. That's those guys, the 1997 CCC State Championship team. Great story about them. I'll tell you in a different video.